Do you know that only 5% of babies are born on their due date? And Olivia was actually born on her due date, April 23rd. And that was the last time she was on time.
He came in the middle of a snowstorm, which has precipitated every birthday party event of his life.
When she was little, oddly enough, she was quiet.
Very content little girl, very calm and easy. There were no problems.
First problem was when Olivia decided to cut her own hair with a paper scissors. That may have been her first rebellious act.
When he was 4 years old, we went to Florida to visit Bernie's grandparents. He discovered Roman numerals. I, V, V, VI. We were ready to choke him, and Bernie's parents were so proud of him. They were just absolutely beaming how this genius child knew Roman numerals.
I ran her to Supercuts, and they gave her this like little boy bowl haircut, and everyone thought she was a boy. And they thought Josh was a girl.
Scott had not a lot of tolerance for Matthew growing up.
Scott was an interesting big brother. He liked to be the center of attention early on.
When Josh was a baby, she was very sweet with him. She would hold him and feed him, and she was very, very nice to him. And then when he started to become a person,
physically hurt me and gave me that nasty scratch.
Now they're friends. I mean, they hang
Yeah,
out together.
now
They're good friends.
There's great love between them. When they need each other, they're really there for each other.
Olivia's actually an interesting paradox. Driven and focused, but also a little bit careless and something of a daredevil.
Scott proved himself to be an excellent arguer, probably from the time he started talking, which was somewhere about 1.
Scott's intensity, his passion about his life and his friends, it's admirable.
She's a very loyal friend.
So fun-loving.
Just makes people get out of their comfort zone and do new things and try new things.
Olivia likes to take more risks, you can say, and try more things.
Bungee jumping, skydiving, shark swimming, crazy 5'2" girl.
Scott's smart. I actually think he's very smart.
Scott thinks he's smarter than everybody else.
But he's also an asshole. And so if you think about it, those are his defining traits. He's a smart asshole.
I gave her the name Oblivia.
I have heard that term before.
Which all her friends take credit for, but they called her that in college. We called her that when she was 2.
Oblivia to me was like, oh, so it was Halloween. She almost walked in front of a bus.
I actually texted 2 days early, did you graduate? She wrote back, no, but someone else asked me that. Do you think I missed it?
That's true, Oblivia.
But you kind of just accept Oblivia and her schmoopiness.
We're juniors in college. It's really a time to party and have fun and try to meet as many women as possible. The count that Scott kept was, how many girls can he make cry that summer? And I actually think he reached a number of 7.
He really kind of stole the show in this one where he said, you know, the freshman 15 means you put on 15 pounds, you're not eating for yourself and 15 of your friends.
She's walking down the pole and she's oblivious, so she gets frostbite on her hands. She bought a really hot cup of soup. She got a 3rd-degree burn on that hand, went to the same doctor. We were in a beach volleyball game and she got stung on the same hand by a bee. It blew up. By that time, the doctor knew her. She looked at her chart and was like, I've seen you 3 times on the same hand.
He would tell you that his kind of defining traits are that he got a 5 on the Cal BC exam and his blue eyes.
No one knows what it's like. His wardrobe consists of all different shades of blue. He is obsessed with his eyes.
You know, that just became part of who Scott is. There are other more annoying things about him than his eyes.
Behind blue eyes. I have blue eyes too, all right? They might not be as brilliant, they might not be as bright, but I've got blue eyes too, buddy.
Those things are like laser beams coming out of his skull.
Scott, you have beautiful blue eyes. We get it. Let's move on.
We had a deal, we weren't talking about blue eyes.
So I was with Olivia the first night that she met Scott. We took a trip to Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, great place to meet.
Olivia was like, maybe I'll come. So we're literally in the car. Olivia comes stumbling in with no clothes, no bag. She's just like, whatever. We'll just go for the night and we'll leave in the morning. I think a few other girls are into Scott, and Scott would not take his eyes off Olivia. So we decide we're gonna leave. Olivia stays out a little bit later, and the rest is history.
We knew something was up when he was taking phone calls out on the patio.
A pronouncement. It was like something that was handed down. It's now time for you to meet Scott.
I was not expecting Scott to be Scott.
Olivia asked me if Scott was a loser, and I said, nah, I don't really think so. But Olivia had those concerns right away.
There's been a real evolution of Scott, I would say.
All of a sudden there was now color in the apartment.
Scott was very set in his ways. But if Olivia asks Scott to do something, Scott's willing to give it a shot.
She's brought out some very positive changes in him.
He's found his match because she's able to get out of him what all our friends wanted out of him, which is basically just give in at some point.
He kind of mellowed out a lot.
It almost appeared that he began to be considerate of other people.
I think one of the greatest things about Scott is that Olivia is literally one of the quirkiest human beings that we all love, but she doesn't change at all for Scott.
This relationship kind of at the center of her life allows her to just really, really be herself.
It's definitely grounded her more.
The balance between the two of them of when one is more the leader and more the follower, it just goes like this all the time. I see it. It's just like a natural balance they have.
Definitely Scott, was, good when she met him, and now he's kind of like great. Sorry, Scott. But now you're really good. You're really great.
Scott and Olivia are a wonderful couple together.
They're very protective of each other, which is a really nice quality.
They're silly together and fun and happy, and you see it.
Scott and Olivia.
Olivia and Scott.
Scott, so Olivia.
Olivia and Scott, I'm so happy you're getting married.
Olivia, I still don't know how on your first night of meeting Scott, so with his dance moves, you were attracted to him.
I can't wait for you to walk down the aisle tomorrow, Olivia. I'm sure you're gonna look beautiful.
My wish for you guys is just to keep it going how it's going. You guys seem so happy together.
The feelings between you guys are the same as, at the Borgata Casino and Hotel.
It's just so nice to see you happy and to be with someone as wonderful as Scott.
You have even greater things to look forward to.
Just remember tomorrow to savor the day.
Very much looking forward to tomorrow and for watching the rest of your lives unfold. And hopefully Scott will teach your kids how to fight.
Scott, my advice to you is don't mess it up.
It is a mom's dream come true for her son to find someone who truly makes him happy.
You've made each other better.
We're just super excited for what we know is going to be an absolutely great day and a wonderful life for both of you.
We love you guys.
I love you both so much.
We love you.
You're great together, and I love you. We love you both very, very much. So